This video is presented by the EA Game Changers. Shoutouts to EA for bringing me down to Orlando so that I could capture this early Madden 20 content for you guys. In today's video, you're going to be seeing two gameplays. First up, we have the Raiders taking on the Jets, and then in the second half of the video, the Saints will be taking on the Rams in the NFC Championship rematch. This is some of the first official gameplay of Madden 20. I told you guys I had it coming. Thought I'd be able to bring it a little bit earlier than I did, but nonetheless, it is here just a few days before EA Access goes live and all of you can get your hands on the game. So in this first video, like I said, we're going to have the new look Jets with their new look uniforms, new players such as Le'Veon Bell and CJ Mosley, taking on the Raiders, who now have Antonio Brown, and you're going to just see how good some of these new players are fitting with their new teams. So let's get right into it.
Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25.
So one of the first really important things I want to show you guys is the huddle break this year. We've heard a lot about it. After you call your play now, you can get up to the line and snap the ball in 5 seconds as opposed to 8 to 9 seconds that it was in previous years. So you'll notice right after I pick my play how close the quarterback is to the line. He's going to take those final few steps, look around for a second. He has to wait 5 seconds, so you have that much time at least to make your adjustments on defense. If the offensive player you're playing against wants to make more hot routes or motions, of course you're going to have more time on defense to make your adjustments as well, because it's going to take him time to make his adjustments. But if he wants to just get up to that line and quick snap you, you're going to have to make your adjustments very quickly this year, because they cut down that length of time from the huddle to the actual snap of the ball, and a lot of people are kind of worried about it. Personally, once you play a few games, you get really used to it, and it's kind of nice how it gets you back in the game quicker. But notice this also right here, the linebacker was not able to get his hands on that interception, and that is a big thing that we have seen in years past, that people complained about, how the linebackers can just easily snatch the ball, 10 yards in front of a receiver. And you saw right there, I was pretty close to that receiver. My guy went for the pick, but he was still out of reach. In order to get those interceptions with linebackers this year, you really have to be right up on those defenders this time around. You can't, be a long ways away, as the Jets are going to miss their opening field goal there, and we're going to get the ball back on offense. But yeah, just wanted to make sure to point that clip out. If you have to rewind it back, notice how that linebacker, he tried to get the ball, but it was just out of reach. And that's going to be something that, some people might like, some people might dislike that, but once you get used to it, like where you have to be in order to get those interceptions this year. So now we're taking the offense with the Raiders here. We're going to try to get Antonio Brown involved as much as we can in this game, because he is the big new weapon for Derek Carr and those Oakland Raiders. They also have the rookie Josh Jacobs in the backfield, a little bit slower of a guy, but he can definitely get it done between the tackles. Here we're going to try one of the new end arounds to Antonio Brown, but we get stuffed by Williams. Now the end arounds are actually really cool this year and a lot of fun, but they're not foolproof. If you have a good defensive lineman out there, they can shed that block and get their hands on you. But as you'll see later in the video, we're going to pull off a couple successful ones as well. Here, as we're running for the first down, you saw that CJ Mosley's star lit up because he is a superstar in the game. He has a tackling ability, so anytime he tackles you, anytime an ability activates, your guy's star is going to blink. So here we're using some of these awesome new single back plays. The Raiders playbook is just chock full of them. You got these play action, sweeps and, reverses and stuff. And you see Antonio Brown just getting absolutely sticky, and we get to the goal line for the touchdown. That was one of the nicest plays I was able to pull off when I was down there at EA playing the game. We definitely have to run this back, and you have to just take a look at the stick work. We do a double fake on the sweep and then a fake to the running back, and then we drop the pass down to the flats to Antonio Brown. First guy misses. We're going to stutter step. CJ Mosley gets absolutely lost, and then Antonio Brown down the sideline is going to fight through a gang of Jets and just cross the goal line for his first touchdown as an Oakland Raider, and he might just have a few more for the Jets later in this game as well, so stay tuned.
Winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
Okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on this
at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder.
Now here's another important part I want you to notice. Notice how they no huddled and how quick they were able to line up. You can line up and snap the ball in 3 seconds off a no huddle now, but it's okay because we lay the boom and we're going to pick it up and return it for a touchdown, scoop and score as the Raiders go up 14-0. But again, the important thing is you might want to rewind that back. Look how quick they were able to snap the ball after the no huddle. It was 3 seconds flat. Personally, I don't like it. I think that's a little too quick. Yes, the defense should be at a disadvantage on the no huddle, but I think that's a little bit too much of a disadvantage. But once again, watch the main hit coming down and just absolutely laying the hammer down as we scoop it up and put another 6 on the board. So now Sam Darnold's going to have to come out here. Got about a minute left. Going to try to put together a drive before halftime and see if they can close the gap a little bit, because if not, things could get ugly. So he's going to dump it down to the tight end, and we're going to lay another boom, and the ball is out once again, and we're picking it up, and things are just going really bad for the Jets right now. 2 big hits in a row, 2 fumbles. They can't hang on to the ball. Look at it again, just absolutely laying the wood out here. So now we're out here in I-form close, which has a ton of new plays this year. The Raiders playbook, in my opinion, is the best playbook in the game. It is absolutely crazy. We're going to go over the top. Tyrell Williams dragging the feet inside the 5-yard line. That's another new weapon for the Raiders this year. Came over from the Chargers, actually a division rival, and he's now with the Raiders, teaming up with Antonio Brown. As you see, the nice toe drag on the sideline. So now we are in position to score. We're going to actually pull out an RPO. Now, if I see one-on-one with Antonio Brown, I'm going to him because I know that he can beat anybody one-on-one. That's what I see. I'm going to throw the slant inside, and you can see he absolutely destroys his defender because, I mean, he is the best wide receiver in the league, and now he's just going to ride the motorbike. One of the celebrations he does when he scores touchdowns. But you can see once again, once I saw the one-on-one, I pulled the ball back down and I delivered it to Antonio Brown because he had the inside leverage, and I knew that he would get that because he's Antonio Brown. I trust him over anybody. And once again, here you see riding the bike, showing off as the Raiders go up 21-0. Shout out to Trumpet Monkey, big Raiders fan, also a fellow EA game changer. I'm sure if he's watching this video right now, he's loving it, as CJ Mosley is kind of confused there on the sideline, kind of aggravated because just in a blink of an eye, the Jets are down 21-0. Let's see what else they can do before halftime.
Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Darnold. The ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. He's got daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson.
So as you can see, Robbie Anderson just did us dirty. But if you look back, what's interesting at that clip is I clicked onto my safety. I tried to come down, make the conservative tackle because there wasn't a lot of time left in half. But I took a very bad angle at Robbie Anderson. And because he's one of the fastest receivers in the league, just me taking those 1 to 2 missteps was enough for him to split the defense and take it all the way untouched for a touchdown. So it was actually kind of nice to see that it was my own fault. Is, you know, the reason he scored, because I took a very bad angle at the ball carrier, whereas in years past sometimes you still might get the suction tackle or something of that nature, and it didn't happen there. But we still have time left. We're using the sidelines to our advantage, some of the best plays in the game out of the Raiders playbook, and we're able to hit these deep routes, get to the sideline. The thing with the Jets is they don't have any superstar pass rushers, so I get a little bit more time in the pocket versus them to deliver some of these deeper passes. And you see that Antonio Brown's getting loose again, diving for the pylon, his 3rd touchdown of the day, the 2nd time he got in right at the pylon, and once again he's just going to ride the motorbike on him for good measure. But as you can see, the Jets are having trouble defending Antonio Brown, just like every other team in the league does, and he's just going to score more touchdowns. He's going to show off. That's what he does. Now let's get the second half underway. Raiders getting the ball. We're up 21, so this is getting ugly quick if the Jets cannot somehow get a stop here. They might be out here with the new uniforms, got some new players, but they're still looking like the old Jets taking L's. But watch Jamal Adams here. Watch his star light up as he hit sticks me. That is his enforcer ability. I'm going to put it up on the screen. So this is a really good ability. If you click on and you make hit sticks with him, or even if the computer hit sticks, the hit stick can't be broken. It's pretty much going to guarantee that the hit stick gets delivered if that player has that ability, as Antonio Brown here on the end around going to pick up some good yards. But what's really good about that ability is if a player has the enforcer ability, the CPU will always hit stick you if you get in their strike zone. So you see again here, Jamal Adams, we got near him with Josh Jacobs. His star lit up and he absolutely delivered a monstrous hit. That's why this ability is so good. Once again, watch his star light up. He's going to lay us out again and the ball is loose. It's going to be another scoop and score, the second one of this game, first one for the Jets, and they're going to close the score from a 21-point lead to a 14-point lead. They got the stop they needed, but again, watch Jamal Adams lay the mean hit. That's why this ability is so good, because the computer will hit stick you if you get near them, so it makes you have to account for them and go down. Other players that have this are Bobby Wagner, I think Luke Kuechly has it, Keanu Neal has it, and a few other players have it, but you know who we have? We have Antonio Brown, and nobody on this team can get a hand on him. They can't slow him down at all. He's going to get wide open again, showing off for his 4th touchdown of the day. He is absolutely destroying the Jets, an absolute nightmare to cover. But watch this, somehow CJ Mosley got matched up on him, and that is a mismatch all day long. Now, he is one of the best linebackers in the game, but that's not a guy that can run step for step with Antonio Brown, as he hauls in the one-handed catch, shows off at the goal line, because that's what he does. He's going to dance. He's going to, you know, celebrate into the end zone. That's Mr. Big Chest we're talking about there. So now, just like that, the Raiders back up 21. The Jets are just not having their best day. We're going to see if they can maybe somehow get it together now, maybe get something going, because if not, Antonio Brown might score 5. He might score 6. Who knows how many touchdowns he has in him, because right now the Jets don't have an answer for him.
Run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Hooking up over the middle with Herndon. And he'll be back.
Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Now, I want you to watch something here that's really important for Madden 20. I want you to pay close attention. So watch, we got Sam Darnold dropping back. He's going to test me. I click on immediate control and I'm able to snatch the ball out of the air. And then here we're just going to put on some jukes for good measure. They can't tackle me. One guy misses, two guy misses, broken tackle, and then we finally get pulled down at the end. But what's really important this year is the responsiveness when you click on. Now, if you're a good player, you're, all too familiar with clicking on, making interceptions, swatting the ball, whatever the case may be. But what's really key this year is just how responsive it is, how quickly you get immediate control of your player. And that's going to be really big this year, because I'm going to be honest, the zone defense isn't that great this year. Some people liked it in the beta, some people didn't like it. It was kind of something the community was split on. The zone defense isn't going to do the work for you this year unless you have defenders with abilities. Like if you have defenders that have zone defense or man defense abilities, those guys will jump routes for you more often. They will play up to those abilities. But when you have your regular guys back there in coverage, you can't really count on them to jump routes and make plays for you. They'll make plays for you here and there, but what's really important this year is the user. You need to click on and make the plays yourself if you want to be, confident in getting that stop. And I personally like that because I believe there needs to be some level of skill gap in the game. I know the AI is always a big debate, but I'm one of those guys that's in favor of not letting the AI do absolutely everything for you. If you got guys with abilities, they will do things for you, but otherwise you're really going to have to click on and do it yourself. As you see, Antonio Brown, 4 receptions for 122 yards, and all 4 of them went for touchdowns. Just an absolute monster. That's going to be it for the first game. We're going to get into the second game in just a second.
The NFL on EA Sports. Our winners here as we say so long from Oakland. Super Bowls. Here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. NFC Championship game between the Rams and the Saints. And Charles, if I remember correctly, there was a little bit of drama in that one?
Yeah, a little bit.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. No doubt about it.
So here we are, the rematch of the NFC Championship game. Most of you know by now in Madden 20 that EA actually took the refs off the field. So there are no refs in the game, at least during gameplay in Madden 20 now. So I guess that means the Saints are good this time around. We can't get screwed over if there's no refs on the field to blow the calls. So this one might actually go in our favor. So that's pretty interesting. Let's get underway.
Get off the field, defense.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. On play action, now Breeze. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
You see there on the second play of the game, Aaron Donald wreaking havoc, and these are his abilities. You see that he gets those faster pass rush moves. He also applies inaccuracies when he gets near you because he has that under pressure ability. So you're going to notice guys like Aaron Donald or any superstar pass rusher in this game is going to play like an absolute monster. As you see Michael Thomas flexing there after his first down, something new that was put in the game, those first down and sack celebrations that are true to each player. As you see once again, just a few plays later, Aaron Donald in the backfield just causing an absolute nightmare. These guys are just hard to block, and then, I mean, we're just taking sacks left and right now as Clay Matthews comes off the edge. So, I mean, the Rams are sending the heat. We're going to have to just settle for our field goal. But the thing with guys like Aaron Donald, you know, guys like Cam Jordan who also have these abilities, DeMarcus Lawrence, Joey Bosa, you know, Khalil Mack, Von Miller, you name them, all the top tier pass rushers, they all have some type of ability that allows them to get faster pass rush moves or, you know, kind of block shed a little bit quicker. And when you're going against these guys, you're going to notice a huge difference. You noticed in the first game the Jets didn't have any of those guys, and neither did the Raiders, so both teams had a decent amount of time in the pocket. But you're going to notice this game with Cam Jordan and Aaron Donald on each side of, you know, their respective defenses, you're going to notice how quick they're getting to the backfield, and you have to play differently versus these guys. You have to absolutely get rid of the ball quicker when you're facing these guys, or they're going to sack you 5 and 6 times a game, which might sound crazy, but it's kind of the same thing in real life. If you were to hold the ball for 4 to 5 seconds every play in real life, Aaron Donald would get 5 sacks a game, but people get the ball out quicker because they know they have to deal with him. As you see, the Rams kind of bottling us up here, so now we're in a third down situation, going to try to see if we can convert here, and we're going to go to Mike Thomas. We actually were able to get some time in the pocket there. You can see he draped his toes on the sideline and is able to pull away with it, and again, you see him flexing after the first down because that is his signature first down kind of celebration. If you've watched the Saints at all, you know that he pretty much flexes after every single play. That's just something that he does. Let's continue watching a little bit more of the game.
How about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a throw to the end zone on first. Offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
There you have it, Jared Cook, the first touchdown of the day, the newest weapon for Drew Brees and the Saints, coming over from the Raiders. You saw he got behind the defense on a really nice play-action pass, and he was able to go for an easy touchdown. So many good plays in this game this year. Shout out to Anthony White. He put a lot of work in, put a lot of nice new plays in, as David Onyemata is going to sack Jared Goff. Can't hold on to the ball that long this year. Now watch Cam Jordan here. Watch how quick he comes around this edge. Jared Goff's able to get the ball away, but you saw just how quick Cam Jordan came off that edge. That's what all the superstar pass rushers are like this year. So even guys like DeMarcus Lawrence and Joey Bosa, who people, you know, feel like are underrated because they're 89, 88 overall, people feel like they should be in the 90s. I guarantee you they're going to play exactly like Cam Jordan just played there. Every other player, every few plays, they're going to come off the block super quick, come around that edge, and they're going to have the QBs, you know, running for their lives this year. So it really makes you have to game plan differently against those guys. As the Saints take the field again, you can see Drew Brees almost perfect on the day. We're in the dome. We got good field position. We're going to try to go put up some more points before half here. As you see, we're going down the middle. I believe that is Cam Meredith there with the big catch. We're going to call a timeout. We're in field goal range, but, I mean, we're in the dome. We're feeling the crowd. We want a touchdown. We got Mike Thomas one-on-one on the outside with Marcus Peters. We know Marcus Peters can be burnt toast. We're going to throw it up there and give him a chance, but Marcus Peters is going to snatch it out of thin air. He had the positioning on us. Drew Brees gave his guy a shot, and he was not able to come down to it, but that's what Drew Brees does. He's always going to give his receivers a shot. I saw the one-on-one. I went for it, but notice the positioning. Like I said earlier, the positioning is going to matter more this year. Like last year or the year before, Michael Thomas would have had a higher chance of going up and getting that pick there, but because Peters had the good positioning, he was able to go up and snatch it, as Alex Anzalone's mad because the defense went and got a stop, and the offense just threw it away. They had a free 3 points, but they got a little risky. They took the gamble and tried to get it all. So that is the first half. We're now in the second half. The Rams have a chance to kind of close this gap a little bit here because we did not take advantage. So let's see what they can do going down the field. Can they close this gap and put some points on the board?
From the 39, Goff. And that is incomplete.
Good way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here.
Listen, let's take control right away.
We got the
Defense,
lead, yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points.
Close there quickly at the end. From the 29, Breeze. He'll buy some time right. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A gain there of 21 yards.
And as you can see now, Michael Thomas is officially in the zone. It will tell you on the screen once your player enters the zone. He has had a bunch of big catches throughout the game, so now his X is lit up. So we're going to throw it to him one-on-one because he's in the zone. He has the aggressive catch ability, and we go over Marcus Peters, and this time we're able to come down with the catch. Marcus Peters got us before half, but this time Michael Thomas is able to get payback because he entered the zone. He made a bunch of big catches throughout the game, and once he hit the criteria, it let me know that he was in the zone, which let me know that I could take my shot because he has a higher chance of making the one-on-one aggressive catch once he enters the zone. But again, watch the positioning. He adjusts, he jumps in front of Marcus Peters, so it wasn't really like glitchy. They didn't overpower Michael Thomas, but they allowed him to have a higher chance to go up and get it. Now he's still in the zone here, but the Rams are playing good defense, and we wind up holding on to the ball, taking a sack. Michael Thomas, however, is still in the zone until he drops the ball, until it's incomplete when we go at him. He's going to be in the zone, so we're going to try him again one-on-one. We get behind Marcus Peters. We like, let's throw it up. Let's go for it all, but you'll notice here, Marcus Peters with the good defense again, he knocks it out, and I really wanted to show that clip because that's really important to show that just because you get in the zone, it's not automatic. It doesn't mean that it's an automatic catch, as Alvin Kamara is getting an automatic juke move though and going to the house because he's too sticky. But again, going back to Michael Thomas, notice how even once he was in the zone, he did make one catch, but when we tried to go to him the second time, they knocked the ball away, and then he was immediately out of the zone after that. So the zone X-Factor abilities aren't superpowers. They aren't going to completely take over the game. They aren't foolproof. You can still fail when you try to use the abilities, but you see here Alvin Kamara with some of those nice new juke moves in this year's game just got absolutely nasty there and made a big play. And here you see Cam Jordan, the superstar pass rusher, and here is his signature sack celebration that he does every time he gets a sack. But notice how quick he came free again. I'm telling you, the superstar pass rushers are the biggest thing in the game this year, as Brandon Cooks absolutely destroys the defense. We had a one-on-one with Von Bell, who is a safety that doesn't have very good man coverage, so Brandon Cooks was able to absolutely dust him. And then I clicked on, kind of didn't have the best pursuit angle, and Brandon Cooks with the speed was able to outrun it. So now the gap is a little bit shorter here. It's 7-17. They go for an onside kick. We get it, but we still have to make sure that we take care of the ball because they do have a chance to possibly, tie this game up. Here we're going to hand it to Latavius Murray, the new running back for the Saints, and he makes a nice big run to get us into solid field goal range. Here we have an RPO. We're going to actually just hand it off here because it did not like how the passing lanes looked on the screen, so Kamara takes it for a nice gain, and we're just going to keep it moving. We're going to try to just run this clock out kind of in the game. You see another RPO there, this time going to the slant to Michael Thomas, the same one we scored on with Antonio Brown earlier in the video. That's one of my favorite RPOs, where you have the stretch going one way and then you have the slant on the back end. Those are really nice, as Alvin Kamara gets absolutely destroyed right there. But you're going to see that, throughout the course of playing Madden 20, those are going to be the RPOs that you're probably going to have the most success with, as Aaron Donald just once again just causing, nightmares for us. And you can see that he has now just entered the zone, but lucky for us, the game's almost over. It is 4th down, so we're just kicking a field goal. He got in the zone at the worst time because he was not able to, take advantage of it, but you saw the constant sacks that he was able to get on us, and because of that, he was able to get in the zone. So here, the Rams need to try to score quick and get the ball back. That first pass there isn't going to do it. They're going to have to take a shot, and that's what Jared Goff's going to try to do here. Watch the click on once again, the responsiveness, and we go up with Marcus Williams, the guy, yes, from the Minnesota Miracle. That's that guy, but we click on, we're able to get a nice pick. Again, the click on responsiveness this year is so good. So that is the first of your Madden 20 gameplay. Really exciting game on both sides of the ball with some of these really stacked teams. I'm going to have another good video coming out for you probably later today and one tomorrow, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And as always, I will see you guys next time.